Buying Space Channel. Today I'm live at 8:35 and good morning everyone. I'm I was not feeling good yesterday at all, and I need to get things ready for an auction I'm going to be on in a couple of weeks. So I got plenty of time to organize and prepare. And some of the organization I need to do is stuff that is a long time coming. Let's see. In here this morning. Good morning, TJ. So good to see you. For those of you that watch this later, TJ is a drone daredevil. If you like watching aerial footage or drone footage, go watch TJ. Just opening some tissue here. I've had a little bit of sniffle. Whoops. Did I hit you guys? I'm sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's start over. My name is Mari Lane, and unboxing is my game, and enveloping. I guess this is an enveloping. But I get these little tissues, and when I got the sniffles, especially during the spring or summer, actually fall too. Any time of the year, you get sniffles in the winter too. There are times during the year, all seasons, that I can get the sniffles. Pollen is horrible in the spring here. We get these pollen drifts. I remember the first time I saw pollen drifts. It was in Tallahassee. My brother was he was teaching at West Virginia State. Not West Virginia State. What am I saying? Florida State. Yeah, it's Florida State in Tallahassee. But anyway, the Seminoles. But anyway, these are nice because I could put one in each location that I find myself. I can keep one here at the table. Since I got blue over here, I'm going to put a blue one here. Let's see, will it fit in there? I don't know. Well, it's going to be opened anyway. But that way I can just plot them all over instead of having one box of tissue that I carry everywhere. Because that's just, I don't know, inconvenient. So I'm going to stack those over here on the side and start distributing those wherever they're needed. But on my channel, I have unboxings Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 3:30. Some of them are still at 3. Some of them are from over a year ago. And the ones that are from over a year ago sometimes air at 3. But by 3:30 on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, I have an unboxing that airs. And I do primarily unboxings from YouTube auction resellers. I have done some Amazon unboxings and over-the-counter order unboxings and, different things like that. I've done a Poshmark unboxing. That Poshmark unboxing was from a person that also does YouTube resales and unboxings. I have a splattering of unboxings from other things. I am going to try to branch out into doing promos for different Amazon or other products, videos, because if you submit a video, sometimes you get a discount on things, and that sounds good. So in the future, of course, I got videos out for a year of unboxings from YouTube auctions. So the thing is, if I tell you today that I'm going to branch out and do promos and do unboxings from other sources, it's going to take me a minute before you'll even see any of those. Of course, so the promo, I would probably air that right away because they would be wanting to see that result, not a year from now, but immediately. So I've got some things over here I got to sort through. I guess I'll go ahead and open this package. Now I got this from Teresa at Yarn Again. And this is some envelopes. How are you doing today, J. Like to hear from you. See, I don't remember who my unboxing is from today. Yesterday it was Mark and Michael, Two Old Guys Food Engine Resale. And I don't remember who it is today. I usually on Monday wasn't feeling the best yesterday. Usually on Monday I will go through and I'll look at the video and the thumbnail and everything. Because what happens undoubtedly is I will give a piece of advice sometimes, or I will give a little bit of constructive criticism. Let's say it that way. And so anyway, I'll go in a chat room later and, or the next couple of days. And if that person is not receptive, let's say, to criticism, because I do raw unboxings. When I open a box, I mean, everything is right there for everybody to see. And if something's broken, it's broken. If something looks bad, it looks bad. And it's how it's brought out of the box. And sometimes I talk about things that happen during shipping. And sometimes people aren't receptive to that. So I'll go in a chat room, and all of a sudden half the chat room's not talking to me. Or that person is there and they're avoiding me. And because the unboxing was a year ago or 10 months ago, I don't know why. I'm like, okay, I better go watch my unboxing. So I go watch my own unboxing and try to figure out why everybody's miffed at me. But, it's known that I do unboxing and reselling critiques. So it should be no surprise to anybody. Now this is 18 space themed paper party bags. So my channel name is Buying Space. I used to have a star field on my front page, but these stickers all say space. There are 18 of these stickers. And I bought this at a price that if I went and looked for these stickers, they might have cost as much as I paid for everything in this package. So let's look. Oh, these are cute. These are bags. Oh, I should probably I know what I'll do. I'll get some more science books for the Little Diverse Library, more space-related stuff. I hesitate. I do have some things over here that I thought last year that I might put in the Little Diverse Library with candy in it. Let me get this. See these little boxes, Halloween crafting treat boxes. I thought I might put candy in these, but kids have allergies and stuff. And I want to be very careful about that. So I'm going to think about what I can put in this, or if I decide, treat boxes. They're 2.5 by 4 by 2. And they're this cute haunted house. So I might get this. Wow, I know I didn't pay $5 for that. But I might find something I can put in these to put out for the kids at Halloween. So here we go. Let me get this bag open. So I could I just gave away a bunch of toys. I could possibly get some more toys that are science fiction related or science related. But this is a backpack. That's adorable. I don't know if that's imitating a robot there, but cute little backpack bag. I like that. But I guess you would seal it here and put the space sticker there. And it's got a, like if you're a teacher, it's got a place for a tag. So you can name the child. Good morning. Thank you so much. Is it Jinwoo? Jinwoo Plays? Let me know if I'm saying that right. But I have a little diverse library that I have for books for the children. And somebody actually came and took all of my books. And then I told her, you know, the little library is for all the children, not just you and yours. So she brought some of the books back, and then I added some more because she kept quite a bit. And then last week, I had someone, you know, who was going to come and take all the books. And when I reposted it on the marketplace, I said limit 2 books per person, because the first time that happened, I did just call the police, but I didn't name the person. I just told them the situation. And they said because I had on their free books, I couldn't do anything about it, that the state attorney's office would do nothing, even though the intent was clearly that the books were for everybody since it was a little library. But anyway, so I put on the ad, you know, you cannot, you know, this is not a bulk giveaway. Limit 2 books per person. And I had another person that was in communication with me. They said they were on the way, and then I just thought out of the top of my head, now that this was already in the ad for the library, that there was a limit of 2 books per person. And I'm glad, you know, I thought about emailing her back or messaging her back and say there's a limit of 2 books per person. And then she's emailed me and said, oh, I thought it was for all the books. Never mind. And then I told her it's right on the ad that it's for, you know, everybody in the neighborhood, and it's not a bulk giveaway, and there's a limit of 2 books per person. And then she blocked me. I don't know. It might have been the same person that picked up the other books, because the other person might have had a fake profile. But since I have that on there now, if somebody comes and takes all the books, they can't call, oh, this was a misunderstanding. What they're doing will be clear, you know, and I've already posted it. So that's not going to happen again. And if it does, then the state attorney's office would prosecute them, because it said right on the ad that it's a library for everyone, you know. But so live and learn, you know, I reworded the ad. I don't want it to kill my joy with it. It did, it was a bump in the road. Let's just say that. And I'm over that bump, and we're moving on. And I'm thinking about different things I can do to, you know, draw people to the library that will respect what it is. You know, 1 to 2 books for, you know, each family. If they have 3 children, 3 books, etc. And because I'm not even asking, it's not one of those little libraries where you bring a book and take a book. I'm not even asking that. The books are free for the children. It's just they're not free for somebody to come and take all of the books. But I'm sure you all get the idea and understand why it was so wrong for her to do that. But she did, you know. And but also on my channel, I do Bible readings Wednesday night, Wednesday afternoon. It's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I read from the Gospel, and sometime today I'll do that reading. So, and then on Saturday morning I'm reading from Proverbs, and Sunday morning I do an adult Bible studies, and it's independent study right now. I'm not using any books except for the Bible. And then on Sunday evening I'm reading from a Torah, and I'm in Leviticus, which people think that Leviticus is boring. I'm telling you, Leviticus is not boring. But I guess there's certain chapters that they change one little detail, and then they say the same thing over and over. But those little details are important. And there's a lot of symbolism involved for Christian life now. but I'm enjoying reading Leviticus. My last Sunday Leviticus was chapter 12, which went into rules for what should be done for childbirth and human relations. Let's just say that. And that's not boring at all. But anyway, that's my opinion. Let's see who else is in here. Today is QuesDay, and you can ask me any question you want. So anybody have any questions? Good morning. This is Mari Lane from the Biden Space Channel. Welcome in, welcome in. I have all this beautiful bluegrass, I got music on my mind, bluegrass in front of me, and I'm going to eat one of these moon pies. I talked yesterday about shipping glass. There was something I meant to say, but I didn't, and guess what? I've forgotten what it was. A little bit cracked. It's got confetti in it. This is birthday cake, moon pie. It didn't come in a box. It came in a bag. I used to do a lot more of this. I've really missed Dee Dee. Dee Dee, virtual shopkeeper Dee Dee. She had a health issue, and then she had a grandbaby. So she's been off for a few months. But she sold Dee Dee Sweeties, and I would order some almost every month. Of course, none of this is good for me, but it is yummy. I've been getting my moon pies for free for quite some time. It's an occasional treat that I got, but they're not good for me. In fact, I went to the ER one time, and my blood sugar was low. I'm diabetic. So when when you go to the emergency room, a lot of times they'll put you on no food, no water, and you have to wait to see the doctor before they can order food or water for you. And diabetics are in danger of going low on their blood sugar if they don't have anything to eat. So to countermand that, I ate a whole box of moon pies, which was 6 of these. And so when I got to the emergency room, by the time I got to the emergency room, my blood sugar was over 600. Which caused all these other things to happen. So what I should have done was had one moon pie, snuck in a bottle of water, and had the other moon pies on me. And eat them as needed. But it's a really good idea if you're diabetic and you're going to the emergency room, take a small bottle of water and like a nutrition bar would be better than a moon pie. Live and learn, If you wonder how people know so much, well, the people that know so much are people that are experienced. And unfortunately, I've had a lot of experiences, but I learn from all of them, and then I move on. And then the next time it happens, I do it differently. I have been training, let's say training, teaching someone that has an autism spectrum disorder for a long time. And one of the things I would do with them would be if they made a social mistake, we would do this thing called a social autopsy. And we would examine what happened, and I would give them tools to correct that next time. Like next time, you're in this situation, say this instead of doing this or saying this or do this, or even just shut the door is a better option sometimes than going on with somebody that the situation is just getting worse and worse for you. And so a lot of times you just kind of need to walk away from things. But if you're in a situation like you're a child in a classroom, or you're a visiting parent in a classroom, or you're at church or wherever, even in the grocery store, things people could get in your business in the grocery store. Like, how do you handle the little kid that's behind you that's saying rude things to you? That kind of thing. My solution now is I just glare at the adult with them and kind of shake my head and move on. And I say nothing to the child, nothing. Because, one, it's not my place to train that child. And two, if I say anything, I lose. Absolutely lose. Because, like I said, it's not my place to teach that child. And I don't have to give any energy to that. I don't have to give any energy to give feedback to the parent. Now, I've not gotten in a really bad situation with that, just awkward situations. So, I just give the hard stare to the adult that should be doing something about that, and I move on. And that's how you do. And we all have to. Well, actually, we don't have to. I've got Amazon orders incoming for food. I do that, and so I only go to the grocery store minimally. Usually for my dairy, and for my meat, and and fresh vegetables. But a lot of auxiliary stuff, processed food, that kind of thing, cereal, boxed oatmeal, those types of things that are processed food, I can order online too. But so at least very little that I have to pick up at the grocery store. But anyway, how are you all doing? Oh, that was a moon pie, TJ. Hopefully you saw it, the second one. No, it's not going to be the second one. I'm stopping at the first one. But I got a couple lurkers in here. I usually do, but it's okay. People are waiting me to drop the hammer on somebody. And the thing is, that's not going to happen. So I need to build an audience of people that are here because they want to be positive and move on. If people are here for me to badmouth someone that's badmouthed me, they're going to be waiting for a very long time. Because, you got to just take the upper road sometimes. Even if somebody throws you under the bus, you just got to move on. God knows what happened. And, these people that are repeating stuff that this other person has said and taking it as gospel, well, they're like the lemmings going off the cliff. They don't know what happened because I've not said anything because they've only heard one point of view. And then they've heard rumors and gossip. And, there's no sense in it. They just want to stir. So I'm not going to stir anything. And I never have. Usually, if I have a problem with somebody, I take it to private email, and I consider that private. And if you share stuff from private emails with other people, then everybody that's listening to you share stuff from private emails should know, oh, that person does not respect privacy because Myra emailed them. And now, you know what I'm saying? If I send you an email out of the chat room and it's about something between just the two of us, then that should stay that way, just between the two of us. It shouldn't be spread with the wide community. So that's how I feel about that. And I feel that way about everything. And I don't, you know, it's kind of one of the reasons the amount of unboxings I'm going to be doing from YouTube auctions is going to dive. Of course, it'll take it a year for it to dive, and I'll be doing promotional things, and I'll be buying some from those people that are loyal to me. But that's it. Just, or new people that don't know me at all that, I want to show how well they resell at YouTube auctions. So it'll be just a few, very handful of people that are loyal to me. And then, you know, or new people, or it's going to be on completely different platforms. I spend, well, I shouldn't say how much money I spend. Uh, Given the amount of money I have to spend, I spend the majority of it at YouTube auctions. And why would I do that? Continue to do that when I'm taken for granted. So that's how that's going to go. And it's not, them saying, you know, I don't expect to be celebrated. I don't expect a trophy, but I do expect respect from everyone. And I do expect certain things like privacy and my relationship with other people, the privacy of that to be respected. And so if I get disrespect, why would I continue with anyone? And that's how that goes. But anyway, so I'm down just to my lurkers. So I'm going to go ahead and go. It's been almost a half an hour. I plan to be on live tomorrow, but I have to do, speaking of getting food, I have to do kind of a grocery haul thing. I do need some things that I have to buy um, or get out in the wider community. And so that might interfere. One of the reasons I moved my lives to 8:35 was all the grocery stores around here open at 7 a.m. And because of the heat, because I'm in Florida, I like to be out at the grocery stores to when they open and get my meat and dairy and other things that need to be frozen home and put up as quickly as possible. And I hope that I can get all that done the days that I do go to the grocery store. I hope I can get that done by 8:35. But if I don't, I might be on late tomorrow. And that's okay. I can be on late tomorrow. Wish some morning you all would have some questions to ask me. I'm more than willing to share. If you ask me something, though, that's like uh, accusatory, or how I feel about somebody that's thrown me under the bus, that won't happen. That will not happen. So I leave it to you all to ask questions that are meant to be positive in my response, because I don't want to give negative responses. And I don't want to talk about anybody else. And I don't want anybody else talking about me. Nobody does. Right? And you have to give that respect to get that respect. But I'm not going to, even if someone's talked bad about me, I'm not going to talk bad about them. And I think they knew that when they threw me under the bus. They knew how gracious and kind of a person and how forgiving a person I am. And, all in all, I don't think that that's a weakness. I think that's my strength. I am a person that can be completely alone, and that kind of makes me unstoppable and uncontrollable. If someone, and people have done this, they're like, oh, I'm going to tell your mom, blah, blah, blah. I pick up the phone and I tell my mother exactly what they said they were going to tell her. And then I told her when she was alive, what part of that was true and what part wasn't, and what this person was doing. So if anybody said to me, oh, I'm going to tell so and so this about you, I would be the person that would contact that person and say, hey, they're going to tell you this to try to control me. And this part of it's true, but this part of it's not. And, if you don't like it, well, we don't have to be friends either, because I don't need anyone. Nobody can blackmail me, because I'm I will go to the source of wherever they're saying they're going to tell me something, not me, and say, I would rather face the consequences. If I've done something wrong, I would rather face the consequences of doing that wrong thing than have somebody control me. And that's a good way to be in this life. Don't let anybody control you. Don't tell anybody what to do. If you are not saying stuff or not taking up for somebody else because you're afraid of that person, because they're too popular, so many people rely on them. If you're not speaking up against that person, they are controlling you. So anytime you limit your own speech because of someone else, you're letting that other person control you. Think about that today. But I didn't really mean for it to be that kind of program. But since nobody asked me any questions, I went there. And I hope that's vague enough for everyone, but general enough that it can help people understand what to do when someone's trying to control them or oppress them or scapegoat them for whatever reason, whatever their motivation, and how to cope with that. But me, I've got God. Somebody came in my chat room one day and said, nobody cares about you. And I immediately said to them, God cares about me. What about you? And they immediately left. No more troll. I didn't have to block them or bounce them or do anything like that. I just told them God loves me. God cares about me. And they were gone. So be yourself and don't let anybody limit what you say. Have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone.